welcome to yet another episode of On the Set, the only show that goes an extra mile into the world of sport. And today we are joined by a multi-gold medalist in Zimbabwe, and his name is Timothy Kudzaishe Dumwa. Timothy, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, good. So Timothy, it's a pleasure having you into the studio, and we want to know, Timothy, about your experience in the world of martial arts.
Okay, that's good. I'm Timothy Kudzaishe Dumwa. My ring name is Holy Master. I started training when I was 14 years, 2009. Yeah, up until now. And I've traveled into different countries, getting the exposure of fighting different people, different techniques, different types of fights up until now.
So, we want to know, Timothy, growing up, most parents like to push their children into academics. What would you say is the thing that pushed you into doing martial arts?
In martial arts, I just have the passion inside me. But when I was growing, my mother used to tease me not to do martial arts. You know, I started doing martial arts behind back of my mother. And my mother didn't know that I'm doing martial arts. And by the time she got to know that I'm doing into martial arts, she started scolding at me, and she just said, "You shouldn't do that." But I just said to myself, "I need to go there." So I usually go when I was at school. That's when I was doing it. And now on holidays, now it was not that easy because I used to sneak outside. Then I go for trainings, but my mother didn't know that I was just doing that. She would think that I'm playing soccer and football with other kids. But now she's now happy about me because by the time she knew about that, I got support of my father who used to say, "Nah, it's okay, you need to go, it's okay, you need to go." He was supporting me. But my mother now, she was not on my side because she was scared of the injuries and the brutalities other people got when during the fights.
No.
So she didn't want me to go, and she was forcing me to start. Hey, start. But on my side, I was also studying, I was good at studying, but also I had passion on the side of art.
Okay, that's interesting.
At some point, my mother used to say there was a competition that I was selected, and I was supposed to go to that competition. And now 2 days before the competition, my mother go to the school and said, "No, Timothy shouldn't participate." Then I was removed from the line. It hurt me so much. Yeah. But now, whenever I said I'm going, she's now pushing me, saying, "Now you go." Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, Timothy. Everyone has a role model growing up. Obviously, you being into martial arts and facing all the challenges, you knew exactly what you were getting yourself into. Who would you say motivated you, or who is your role model?
In Zimbabwe, yeah, my role model, Sensei Leme, the one who nurtured me when I was at school. So many people left the art, but he was only the one who was actually pushing me whenever I need to run, whenever I need to step down. He was the only one who was coming to grab me and push me. And there's this time that he teased me, and that I can't say he teased me, but was that time he motivated me more much. That time he had 10 medals, and I got 9 medals. I was at 0. But that time I said to myself, "No, I need to focus." And after some time, I need to go to my sensei and say, "Sensei, look what I got." And now I'm so proud of myself because I'm 15. I have 15 medals more than my sensei that time in 2019 up to now. So actually, he is the first person who motivated me so much into this, and he got me to have more passion into this.
Okay. So right now you're only 28 years of age, and we know you have experienced a lot of things for you to get to this point. Can you tell us about the experience that you have faced? Because we are very aware that you have been going to places like Namibia, South Africa. Can you tell us about the experience that you have faced, and How is it important to you, and how is it an advantage or a disadvantage for you to be visiting places like those?
Oh, it's a great advantage in visiting those places because when you are alone, you are saying to yourself, I'm the best. Now, when you go outside, you see that there is also someone who is saying, I'm the best also. So now it's the best against the best. So when the best against the best collide, the best happens. So it's good to be here and saying, I'm training like my Shian Fungai scale. I usually adore him. And now when I go outside, I see other guys there. So when I see how they fight and how I'm used to fight here, now I now compare myself. Now I should make myself more important like this one. I should make myself more like this one. I should make myself more like this one. Because when I'm just here in Zimbabwe, we're just focusing on the trainings that I usually know. But now outside, we are getting the exposure of how can I fight a person like this? How can I fight a person like this? You know. So that's the exposure that I usually need to get. Because when I go out, there are so different people who have different styles and who have different fighting modes. Now in Zimbabwe, we are only limited, and now outside there, they are not limited. They have more exposure into things. So when I get out, I'm going to have exposure. Some of the things here they arrive late, but now outside there, if you go, you can hear saying, "Oh, if you want to kick this kick, now it's changed from this. You can now kick like this." And also the rules when they arrive here, they arrive really late. So when you get outside, you have more exposure of the rules, the techniques, and how the things are. The world is changing.
Yeah.
So when you go outside, you can see many things that are changing.
Okay. Okay, this is just a bit from Timothy Dumwa. We have more for you just after this. Welcome back to the only set that brings you closer to your athletes. And today we're joined by Timothy Dumwa. If you're just joining us, he's a Zim martial artist. So, Timothy, we see all these medals that you have, and can you tell us more about these medals? And can you say that martial art is actually paying, it's bringing food to your table?
These medals are so important to me, and they show my hard work and sweat. So I'm so proud of myself upon having these medals. And now there's a big challenge now that I've always got medals. And I wish if I would sell off them, I would be a millionaire by now, by this gold medal. But unfortunately, sport is not that good on my side because sport is not paying us. We're just doing it for ourselves, want to. When you get some people that you can train, that's the only amount that you're going to get for you to eat, for your rentals, and for your movements for that whole month. But now when you go to the tournaments, some of the tournaments, yeah, they have money, but some of them you cannot get money. You can just get a medal. So that's the only challenge that is there. But if we could have sponsors, because most of the tournaments we are just sponsoring ourselves. So when there is a fight in Namibia, I need to source my own funds for transport. And also, they would also accommodate us. Some of the times they could accommodate us accommodation and food. But now, some of the times we could get accommodation, food, and transport for ourselves. So if we could get sponsors, they can sponsor us, shooting the training, buying us training equipment so that we could train properly. Also, so that we can fund ourselves when you are traveling. I think that will be good, and sport will be at good.
Okay.
Yes.
All the best for you. So, Timothy, this type of martial arts that you do, it's SJK Kuju, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about this type of martial arts?
Okay. SJK Goju started since 1984. Here in Zimbabwe, it came with Mr. Maxo Mawire. He's the head in Zimbabwe, followed by Sensei Shian Zesa, Shian Fox, Shian Dombo, Mark Tarsariri, then Shian Fungaisi Kelo, Shian Paul Sanderson, Shian Ishmael, followed by Timothy, Kudzaishe Dumwa, and myself, followed by Sensei Shian Redeem, Sensei Victor, Sensei Herbert, and Sensei Blessing. These are the instructors that are here in Zimbabwe with this SJK Goju. And the SJK Goju, it focuses on many different aspects. It involves boxing, it involves kickboxing, it involves karate, it also involves mixed martial arts. So when you train in SJK Goju, you get a mixture of, to mix and mingle with different types of vibes.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm very much aware that in Zimbabwe we have lots and lots and lots of types of martial arts.
Yes.
Right? But what made you decide that I'm going to do SJK Kochu?
When I started, I was doing Shorin drill, that is at school. And when I was at school, I could see the performance of other students that I was with at school. And they said, and I was asking them, how are you doing it? And they said, no, you should come to our club. Then I visited some of the clubs, but I couldn't see where they were going. But now when I go to SJK, where my friends was going, I see the light, I see the picture, and I see the direction that there is somewhere we are going. And the way they are nurturing the people and the way they are doing the things, I see that it's superb. So I decided that if I join these people, they are going to make me someone else and they're going to take me somewhere. And now this is where I am through SJK.
Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So other than you being a martial artist, what else do you do?
Other than doing martial artists, I do a self job. That is, I usually help my mother in making dishwasher, in toilet cleaner. So we could sell it to people. And I also do like makombi. Those things for my living, other than martial arts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, with the experience that you now have with this martial arts thing, where do you see yourself maybe in the next 10, 15 years?
In the next 10, 15 years, I'm seeing myself great because I have this vision that I need to be somewhere else. I adore what Temba Gorimbo is doing, and he's also my icon, and I'm also looking forward. One day I will reach there, because I would like to set an example for the upcoming youths that are coming, so that when they reach at my stage, they will be somewhere else. So I'm actually planning that if I could race now, in 10 years, I will become more champion, more popular, and I will set the table good. I think that will be good for me.
That's Timothy Dumwa for you. So passionate and confident. Do join us in the third segment as we get more from him. Welcome back, and this is the third segment of On the Set, and today we're joined by Timothy Dumwa. Timothy, we can see all those medals that you have, and you earlier you say that you have visited doing the Mshika Shika. You've now sustained yourself from that, maybe just a bit, as you said. What can you say about you having all these medals and then you resorting to doing the commuter omnibus thing?
Upon doing the commuter omnibus thing, I would go there for myself and my family to get sustainable. Because if I could just stay and train hard, there's no food on my table. So for me to get more food on my table, I usually, after training, I usually go to Mishigashika. Then I will help people to do the combi loading. No, so that they would give me some money so I would earn something. Yeah, that's why I usually go there. Yeah.
Um, the world now knows that a lot of people that have ventured into martial arts end up in the film industry. Have you ever had that? You have that in mind that no, I can actually be in the film industry and make more money, and at the same time being in the martial arts industry. Have you ever had that in your mind?
I hate that because when we were still young, when I was at school, we usually go to Harare Agricultural Show for some demonstrations in the main arena. We would do the results, and we would also, my leaders would also say, we need to act a film, we need to do a film. But somewhere it just stopped. But now I'm just focusing on martial arts. And if there's an opportunity whereby I could get somewhere where I can get to act a film, I think that would be okay for me. Yeah, I would accept that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any message that would you want the people of Zimbabwe, or any sponsors that are out there who are saying, no, I have read your story and we want to see you moving forward. Do you have anything that you would want to say that no, if you can help us by this and this and this and this and this and anything that you believe that could help the youngsters in Zimbabwe to develop their skill and their talent?
Okay, yeah, so that aspect is true. I would appeal to sponsors because if I could get sponsorship, some of them, if I could get the schools that needs to introduce martial artists or kickboxing in their schools, I'm available. They can contact me. And if someone needs to learn martial arts or fitness training or self-defense training, there are also the possibilities that I can also teach them. And also people who need to lose weight, I can also help them to lose weight. And I also need sponsors to help me in getting like training equipment. And like if I could get good training equipment, I could train more and reach higher levels, because there are some of the things that I need to do, but because of the training equipment of short, now I'm limited to do such things. So if I could get proper training equipment, the gloves, the mats, and some other stuffs, I could go somewhere. And if I could get sponsorship also on the transport, accommodation, and the movement I would be making in and outside of Zimbabwe, I think that would be a great achievement for me.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna have to talk to you about this after this show because I need some training.
Right.
Okay, Timothy. Martial arts is $1 billion thing, like nationwide. We all know that it's a multi-billion dollar thing. So, do you see yourself having a bigger check in the near future?
Yes, I see myself getting that because I myself am a champion. And in Zimbabwe, I'm a Zimbabwean kickboxing champion. And as time goes on, I have that in my mind that somewhere, somehow, I'm just going to make it. Inside myself, I know that. And I have faith in that I'm going to make it. I'm going to be a $1 billion because of this.
Okay, Timothy, how do you manage to be a father and then being a martial artist at the same time? Because in martial arts, there's a lot of injuries, there's a lot of bones being broken, there's a lot of things happening all around. So how do you manage being a father, knowing that you're going to fight someone and then tomorrow you might not come back the same?
It's such a big disaster, that scenario. Being a father and also, yeah, being a father to two houses. So from the start, I usually say to myself, when I'm going for a fight, this is my first house. And when I'm at home, this is my second house. Because art comes when it comes first when I didn't have a wife and kids. And now they are new that I'm into art. since when we were boys and girls, and we agreed that we are doing martial artists. And now that they know, when I'm going out, there's no that pressure. They are there to support me, so that I don't feel that blame that I'm leaving my family behind. They are saying we are there with you. So when I'm there, I'm not alone. I know that my family is with me. It's not left there. And it's hard to leave your family behind and go and do martial arts. It's not that simple. At some time, there are so many injuries in this sport of martial arts. At some point, I got an injury in 23 September when I came back from South Africa from attending EWC Mixed Martial Arts. I got a hand injury on 23 September. But it got a year. But since my parents didn't want me to do martial artists because they were afraid that I could get injuries. And to my surprise, I can tell you that none of my family knew that I had a hand injury up until now. But there's this time when I got a leg injury. Now they knew, but they didn't tell me bad things. They will now encourage me. No, you can do it. This is nothing. Just go, push. You see. So now it's not that bad for me doing martial arts and having a family. Now we are just one family in that martial arts.
Well, others use martial arts to beat people in the streets, and others use martial arts to put food on the table for their children. That's Timothy Dumwa for you. Do join us in the fourth and final segment. Welcome back to On the Set, and this is the fourth and final segment with Timothy Dumwa, our gold medalist. Timothy, back to our story. So, can you tell us more about yourself, with the knowledge of yourself and the experiences that you have? Tell us more information about yourself.
Myself, I do kickboxing, and it helps me a lot in my life because whenever I had a challenge, I'd go out for training and I could resort myself to start afresh. It would help me not to fight other people because whenever I had an argument with someone, I would just say no. If I go to training, all the stress will be over. So that's where it helps me a lot, so that I could not have any stress.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, can you tell us the type of music that you listen to, and why did you choose that type of music?
As for me, I usually listen to sing dancehall, and the artist that I usually and that I always love is Soldier Love, though he's late. And those lyrics that he used to say, they could usually touch me on my heart. And some of the things that he would say would always be a part of my life or what I'm experiencing at that moment. So whenever I listen to the lyrics, it touches me. And some of them, they motivate me to go somewhere. So that's why I love that artist, Soldier Love, more.
Same music is the medicine of the mind. Anyways, so Timothy, can you tell us the weirdest thing that you have done when no one is watching? If you can recall.
The weirdest thing that I would know when no one is seeing me, I usually go on myself on prayers. And I don't want people to know about that because prayer is a weapon, and there are so many hindrances, and there are so many people that doesn't want us to achieve and go forward. So I will usually pray and pray more, and I will usually train myself more than others do. and I've never done anything that is much than bars.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So, today's world, the business is centered on the phone, and most of the things that we do, all the connections and everything that you being a martial artist, obviously, it started from somewhere, maybe through the phone, through seeing someone in person or something. But it all starts from the phone, somehow. So, would you say your phone is that clean to the extent that you can leave it for one night with someone?
Yeah, I would say that my phone is clean because now it's been 4 years, and my phone doesn't have any password, and my wife knows that, and my family knows that, even my colleagues, my friends, everyone knows that my phone doesn't contain any password, and I could leave it anywhere with anyone, and I would not have pressure when who someone is going to call, someone is going to text me, or someone is going to see something. No.
Right. It's always a pleasure sitting aside with someone who is very passionate, confident, someone who's talented like Timothy Dumwa, someone who believes can make a change in tomorrow's world. Timothy, to that special person, that young kid who's watching you right now, who is saying, no, tomorrow I want to be like Timothy. I want to go as far as Timothy has gone. I want to be a gold medalist. What can you say to that kid who's watching right now?
I would say be passionate and stay focused on what you're doing and what you would like to do. Never be deprived of your things that you want to do, and you should always move forward. Never look back. Backward never, forward forever. That's what I would say.
Okay. It was a pleasure having you on the show, Timothy. I wish you success in everything that you're going to do.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. This was On the Set with me, Musa Faiz, and Timothy Dumwa, our gold medalist in Zimbabwe. So do meet us again on the next show. Goodbye for now.